Hello and welcome back to the channel Onindita Ji, where we learn, speak, and succeed. I hope all of you are doing great today and you're also eager to learn about today's video content. So let's begin. So, in continuation to the last video where we talked about the team, how the teams are formed, now please understand that communication is essential for the effective running of a team. So within that, when having said that, so we need to understand what are the various types of team communication. Okay, so we will talk about that. So have you ever wondered why some teams work like a well-oiled machine while others feel like a game of Chinese whispers? So the secret lies in this one key skill, that is communication. So as I said, in today's video, we will explore why communication matters in teams, what are the types, like there are basically the four common types you see at work. So they are direct, formal, informal, and yes, sometimes we see grapevine kind of a communication channel. So we need to understand why communication matters in teams, first of all. So I started with saying that communication is very important to run a team effectively, all of that. So we need to understand why it matters. Now, communication is how teams share goals, coordinate the efforts, and solve problems. Now, if there is poor communication, then it will lead to missed deadlines, confusion, conflict, low morale, all of that. So, as John Powell had once said, that communication works for those who work at it. Now, let us delve deep into the types of communication that I have named. The first one will be here. Direct communication. Now, what is a direct communication? So, under direct communication, there is clear, to the point communication between team members or managers. For example, if you have to say, please send me the sales report by 4 p.m. So, that's pretty clear, no jargons used, and it's straightforward direct communication. Another example could be giving constructive feedback like during a one-on-one meeting. So that could be also one direct communication. So how it is helpful or where it is helpful, it basically saves times and reduces misunderstandings. You are giving your message to the point, and but then please be cautious about the tone or the tonality of your speaking. So tone matters. Direct doesn't mean that you need to be rude. Okay, so when you're giving a feedback, maybe your employee is not doing that well. So you need to be direct, but please be cautious that you do not turn out to be rude with that person. Give the feedback in a polite manner. Then next will be the formal communication. So what happens here? So here it is mostly the structured communication through official channels. For example, you may be writing emails, official memos, meeting minutes, agenda, company announcements, right? So where it fits, when there are high stakes topics, some policy updates to be given or some documentation has to be done. So there this formal communication takes place. What are the pros? It creates a paper trail. You have some paper document, and it is professional and it's a clear way of communication. But then the challenges are also there. You can feel stiff or slow in urgent cases. Okay. Then let us look into the informal communication. So what happens here? So informal communication is casual, unstructured interactions between colleagues. For example, how was your weekend? You ask your colleague. So that's an informal. If you have peers who are of your same age, so maybe you will ask them about how was your weekend? What did you do? So which is not directly related to your work or to the project that you people are working on. So there could be quick Slack messages or desk chats. Okay. So see you for a cup of coffee after the office hours or something like that. So you will be doing some informal communication. So that is also a way of gelling up well with people, with your peers, but these are informal. It has got no direct relation to your work. Now, why it matters, as I said, for gelling up with people, so it builds trust and rapport, boosts moral and psychological safety also. But then again, you need to balance the communication, encourage it, but keep it workplace appropriate. Do not get so much swayed away by the informal set of communications that you do not that you find it difficult to distinguish which is important and which is not important, which is related to your work and which is not. So encourage it, as I said, but keep a balance. Okay, keep it workplace appropriate. And then finally, we have a grapevine kind of communication. So it often happens that you hear rumors in the organization. So these are unofficial, word of mouth into flow, mostly rumors, often through rumors or hallway talk, as I said. For example, did you hear we might get a new manager? Before even getting a formal email from the higher authorities or getting any bulletin or any announcement, you people hear from here and there. So you say and you start discussing, did you hear we might get a new manager? Or maybe someone said that there is a big reorganization coming, so you have overheard it from somewhere, and you communicate it. So what happens here is such a grapevine communication, they are fast into circulation, and they also reveal the team sentiment. But there would be some cons also, so maybe you need to be a little cautious about that, because it often turns out to be inaccurate and also may cause anxiety or distrust unless and until you get a formal communication about such changes. You should not get again too much swayed away by the grapevine communication. So acknowledge rumors early and clarify the facts. That is what I can say for the leaders. Now, what happens in the real life scenario, to tie it all together, is that let's say your team is about to miss a big deadline. So here, if you have to say it in a direct way, you can say you tell your teammate exactly what's needed. If it is in a formal way of communication, you can simply send a follow-up email summarizing the expectations. If it is going to be an informal communication, then you can check in over coffee to see how they are coping, how the team is working. If it's a grapevine, someone else hears the project may get scrapped, and then you get and then you get a message like this, right? That the bomb is dropped. So using the right type of communication at the right time is always the key to team success. So be cautious about that. Now let's do a quick recap that we have talked about the direct kind of communication where we have clear and concise message. In the formal communication, it is structured and documented. In the informal, it is friendly and relational. Grapevine is unofficial but fast moving. So smart teams know when to use which one. Okay. So strong teams aren't just made, they are communicated into existence. So choose your words, channels, and tone wisely. Now, comment below which type of communication do you use the most in your team. And also like, subscribe, and share with your colleagues or team leads for more such tips on team building, communications, and other soft skills, workplace soft skills. And I will see you in the next video. Until then, stay well, take care, bye-bye. And also do not forget to like and subscribe the channel if you haven't done so. Bye-bye.